I just clap my cheeks, dude. But
you get up like those bitches on TikTok that are like, have you seen those ones on live? They're just like, oh, thank you for the galaxy.
No.
No?
Jesus.
Just me?
I don't know what the fuck you're watching.
Oh, okay. Sounds like it's
Sandy's
just...
gonna be pissed.
Yeah, I might edit that out. Hey, welcome back. Episode 33. We have the A-Town Talk. A-Town Talk. Eric, give it up for the A-Town Talk, please.
Peace up, A-Town.
Yeah, hell yeah. No, yeah. Hey, thank you guys for joining. They are the #1 podcast out of Anthony, Texas, or Anthony, New Mexico.
Yeah,
Anthony, Texas.
Anthony, Texas, yeah.
Does it
both?
Does it matter?
Now we started off specifically Texas because we don't like New Mexico, but then now we've kind of embraced them. So.
All right. Yeah. Anthony. Yep. All right, Eric. Play the intro.
Ah, these clothes.
Gotta put those white labels or something on it just to like.
Yeah, it has digital writing on it. He's supposed to be ready to push it.
He's nervous.
He's doing all right. You nervous? All right. Okay. I'm nervous. I like. They are the #1 podcast in Anthony, bro. I honestly, I wanted to thank you guys for making the drive. I'm sure it's like a long. We make the drive every week, at least twice a week.
Yeah.
For work.
But traffic sucks.
That one lane on I-10.
The worst. The worst.
Yeah. I don't. You guys might want to get like up on these mics because. Yeah, no. And you guys are, your lights are off too, bro.
Oh.
Come on. Nah, you're good.
It's not turning on.
But you had to hold it.
Oh. Ah.
Damn. Episode 33. Sonny barely learned how to turn on the goddamn light on the mic. Boom. See that little aesthetic. Doesn't really do anything. Doesn't add any phantom power.
Why
or
do
anything.
you have yellow? Okay.
Is that better?
Better.
All right. So the reason why I reached out to you guys was one because I saw you guys had a podcast and you guys have it set up for a while, and we're like, getting our feet wet, wanting to talk to everybody that is in the podcast scene, if you will, and then also you guys are out of Anthony, which is like a big deal to us. I mean, for work. This podcast is sponsored by Samurano's Monument Company. However, the thoughts and views on this podcast are not that of Samurano's Monument Company. Thank you. So for work, we go to Anthony for both the funerals and headstone installations. Mm-hmm. We even have keys to the cemetery. Like that's like our second home. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I was like, man, I want to talk to them because like. I don't really know anybody in Anthony except for like our clients. So I reached out. Little foreshadowing. I reached out and Jonathan answers, right? And I didn't know it was Jonathan, but he's writing back to me on Instagram. And I was like, hey, bro, I'd really love to have you on. He's like, yeah, man, I know who you guys are. And I was like, what? How? He's like, yeah, you guys sold us a headstone. And I was like, oh, shit, cool, man. Which one is it? And then he sends me a picture, and it's of your mom's headstone. It's his mom's headstone, and yeah. So I want to explain why I was like I felt real bad. I was like, oh shit, his headstone. We got the headstone there, and headstones take a long time, right? But we got the headstone there, but the flower vases were on back order for like 6 to 8 months, bro. And every time like Jonathan would call, I'd be like, fuck, I gotta talk to Mr. Lozano here and he's gonna be pissed. And it was just like, yeah, it was like, I wanted to apologize formally that it took so goddamn long, bro. And it's so after he sent me that photo of his mom's headstone, I was like, fuck, this guy doesn't want to be on our podcast. So it was just a little shaky start, but yeah, no, I mean, yeah. I'm glad we finally finalized your order, bro.
No, thanks, man. Yeah, honestly, in all truth, it was more my dad that was like bitching about it. My dad's an older gentleman, you know.
So was ours.
Yeah, so he was always kind of like, hey, what's up with the vases? I'm like, dude, and I, because we had spoke several times and you explained that they were back ordered and all that, and I get it. I was like, cool, but then try explaining that to your dad,
Yeah.
He's like, no, well, this and that. I'm like, all right, Dad, like, chill, you know. But it came out really nice, dude.
Yeah,
it's really, really nice.
Thank you. And then, are you okay with posting the photo?
Yeah,
of the
yeah, pop a
headstone?
picture of
so
it, yeah.
right here, boom, picture of his mom's headstone. Really loved it. Loved the way it came out. I carved that one.
Yeah.
I carved it by hand. So
It's
really
it's
excited.
a real full circle moment for me, and I'm a big I don't hold grudges or anything like that, dude. So for me, it was like whatever.
Thank God.
But it's just one of those. Life is fucking weird.
Yeah.
Life is really weird, and even now, we're coming on the 2-year anniversary of my mom.
Yeah.
At the end of this month, so it's just like it's been a weird, really weird full circle experience, but.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad that we were finally able to, get that headstone done, and I always take it like very seriously, because being in this business, and Sonny and I can tell you, like, we've been in it since we were kids.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can easily forget why you're doing it, and so we constantly have to remind each other, like, hey, the headstone's like, this is the last gift they're buying for their loved one, so let's make it as nice as possible. Let's be as professional as we can and stuff like that. So because those are very vulnerable moments for a family. And so we were like, let's do our best. Let's give it the old college try,
Yeah.
And so I'm glad that we were able to get it done, bro. And I'm really happy that you don't hold grudges, bro. Yeah, that happens a lot. And so that's a good segue to just talk about like Anthony altogether. Both of you are Anthony natives, born and raised.
Yeah, well, born in El Paso. Unfortunately, nobody's ever born in Anthony. We don't have a hospital or anything like that.
Oh shit, that's right.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
Or maybe they are. I don't know. They're born
no,
like
I'm sure the older people are, because back in the I don't know what years, but there was a hospital back.
Yeah.
But
Or
Back
like
in the early years.
I was even thinking like the home births.
Mm-hmm.
I mean that's rare now, but
yeah.
back then people would have home births, have the doctor go to you.
That's scary.
Well, they didn't have doctors
didn't
anymore.
have
They're like,
those bathtub births are weird though.
well, that too. But then
That's
they have,
kinda
like,
gross, honestly.
Midwives is what
the
they
midwife shit,
Yeah.
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. Honestly, it's so weird because like all like the afterbirth stuff is just
Ew.
floating around.
That's
Not only
gross.
that, but sometimes women
Defecate.
defecate
Yeah.
when they give
Hold on,
birth.
I'm gonna pause just in case. Defecate means poop. Shit. Just in case you don't know. I mean,
Why? Why?
just in case.
They could have.
Well, because I don't want them to tune away and then forget. You know how people like attention spans? They're gonna go away from our podcast, look up what defecate means, and then forget to like finish watching the episode. So don't do that. Defecate means poop.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Stupid.
sorry.
Yeah, so usually it's like in a tub. Sometimes they do it like on the floor, but like, yeah, you're floating around with all that shit, and it's kind of
Yeah.
not only that, but then people eat placentas.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's gross.
Yeah,
I
I've,
don't-
I've seen that. Where did I watch that for the first
Yeah.
time? The Kardashians. Somebody was
Really?
eating a placenta. I don't know if it was one of them bitches. Fucking Kim, Courtney.
Probably not the only thing they're eating though.
Oh yeah. So, you guys were born in El Paso, but raised in Anthony.
Yep.
I was born in Las Cruces though.
Las Cruces.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a little rivalry there. And so, how did you guys? What's the difference? Like it's a small town, but I don't know if I would consider it just like a small town in the middle of nowhere, because you got like Las Cruces not too far away, El Paso not too far away. Mexico's not that far away. So, I mean, what is that like? Just like being in Anthony, like living in Anthony. Is it like you guys have your own identity, or is it just like, oh, we're part of El Paso, we're part of Las Cruces? Or...
Well, funny enough, you bring that up. They just passed a charter. This past election, like last week, where Anthony's going to become its own home rule city. So right now, we do have to abide by like El Paso County laws and regulations and all that shit. But now we're going to be our own identity. So it's weird because, like you said, there's Anthony, Texas, there's Anthony, New Mexico. And what divides us is basically sidewalks.
Sidewalk.
We
Yeah.
have sidewalks
Yeah.
on the Texas side.
Where my dad lives, right behind his house is an arroyo, and that's like the state line, pretty much.
Oh, I barely fucking realized that.
So
yeah, when you turn on 4th, to go to
Yeah.
Anthony, New Mexico, it turns into like there's no sidewalks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy
And
fuck!
then even from like the highway to like the main road, like on 4th Street,
Yeah.
like the pavement changes too.
Oh shit.
Like
Yeah,
it's
so
two
that's-
totally different.
That's why.
pavements.
That's why we shit a lot on New Mexico
Crossover.
because you know it's
Yeah, that was one of my questions. Like, I was like, are you guys more like New Mexico people or Texas people?
Texas. Well, Raleigh lives in New Mexico,
Yeah.
but he went to
Sorry, bro.
school. He went to school in Texas for most of it, and then he moved to Gadsden, like his
Gadsden. Okay. Yeah.
junior, senior year.
Middle of my junior year.
But,
Okay. And you're a Texas guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you put Anthony, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, Anthony, that's so unique about Anthony is that it like half of it's New Mexico, half of it's Texas. Like that is
it's
cool.
confusing.
And it's like it's so crazy now because like I told you guys, like we've been doing like the funeral setups for Anthony Cemetery and the headstones since we were like 10 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And for the longest time, like we would go to Anthony and like there's so much things that are like changing over the time.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I mean, I'm sure you guys will know, but like my favorite place to go eat burritos was Alice's Burritos.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
big ass burritos.
The
They're
big
huge.
fucking,
Yeah.
they had these burritos that were like a foot long and then
Oh my
like
God.
6 inches thick. Pause.
And they're like
And so-
$4.
And
And they were like $4.
yeah, they were like
Super
$4.
cheap.
And you would get like you could even do half and half, like half chicharron, half like chile relleno, and they would
Damn.
put like a chile relleno and then like chicharron the rest of it. Like,
Good.
and it disappeared. Like that place like just kind of like changed. And then there was another place, I can't remember the name, but it was like on the other side, like on the New Mexico side that also started doing those big burritos too to compete.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember the name. Doesn't matter. But Alice's was my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would go.
They rebranded. Now they're called Mendoza's.
Mendoza's, and they're
Yeah.
right next to the tire place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right now, our favorite thing is to go to Casares. We'll just go to
Casares.
Casares and get some burritos.
They got
Yeah.
kind of pricey though.
Yeah, they did.
my dad was the first to tell us.
Dude, so when I was in high school, we used to, during our lunch break, we would walk to Casares
Yeah.
to buy a burrito for like $1 or something,
Mm-hmm.
and like a soda and a bag of chips. Like $5, you can get all of that.
Yeah.
Now the burritos have gone up. They're
Yeah,
like
burritos,
something.
yeah, like 325,
Yeah.
350. I remember we went recently and I was like, oh fuck, this is more than I'm used to paying. But I mean, the economy is crazy. You gotta like
Yeah.
keep up with if you want to stay open. And but yeah, I mean that's crazy. Like there's a lot of things that we remember, and then also like once like marijuana became legal in New Mexico, that's like the craziest shit. Like Texas, and then like the next street is New Mexico, and boom,
Dispensaries.
Yeah.
everywhere.
You know,
5
dispensary.
seconds in, there's already like 2 dispensaries.
Yeah, and you could walk to, and so I thought that was so like it's crazy because it's both Anthony, but you just have to cross the street to go get some weed. You know, that's pretty dope. And so when I was thinking about like all the stuff I wanted to ask you and stuff about Anthony, another thing came up that was like seen growing up that changed. You guys like had and I'm not talking trash because obviously if you guys are gonna post about you being on this podcast, Anthony, I love Anthony, but Anthony, when we first started like going as kids, gang activity was really, really, really bad, and it's since gotten better, right?
Yeah, and I think most of that is towards the New Mexico side.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I mean, I've grown up there, and like I'd never really experienced a lot of gang stuff in the Texas. There's always your little cholillo wannabe dude. You know?
Same thing.
In middle school, there were some dudes that started a Brown Pride gang. It was like 3 kids,
Brown pride.
and then they got their asses kicked right away.
I always thought, and I had like a cool, not a cool story, a fucking scary story for me. But I was when I started doing like funerals on my own, I was like 17. So as soon as I could drive, my dad was like, "Okay, go try to do a funeral." And it was usually when he was double booked on the same day because we do all the funerals. When I say funerals, we don't dig the graves in Anthony. So we dig the graves like in La Union and Chamberino, like the guys that don't have a grave digger. Anthony does have a grave digger. Shout out to Charlie. Charlie watches sometimes. Charlie Trujillo. I don't know if you know, but he works there. At
No, I
Cemetery.
was thinking Gravedigger like the monster truck.
No. Yeah. No, we like him too. Yeah, that's our biggest. That's Eric's favorite. But so when we go, we set up like a tent, chairs, lowering device. So we lower the casket, and then we help like if they need pallbearers and stuff like that. So that we're just like the on-site people for funeral homes. So we work through the funeral homes, and I did one for the first time on my own when I was 17, and it was me and a coworker of mine that wasn't too much older than me. I think he was maybe like a year older than me. So he was like 18, I was 17, and we're setting up, and a whole bunch of like thugs, like cholillo, like big, like gang shit. You know what I mean? Like didn't want to mess around, and they were on the cat. So Anthony has 2 cemeteries. They were on the Catholic side. And like people just showed up like in lowriders and all this shit, and I'm like, oh okay, like this is cool, like you know what I mean. So we're like, this is different. And then I had a bandana, and right away like I fucking tucked my bandana in, even though it was like black. I was just like, I don't know, you know, just tuck my shit in. And we're doing the funeral, and then the funeral home always signals to us. Mostly, Sunny is more in charge of funerals, but when I was,
Because I'm better at it.
Here we go, bro. God damn. But at that point, I was 17, so she's 8 years younger than me. She was like 10, you know what I mean? Or 9. So I was still doing them. And when the funeral home signals to us like to lower the casket, so we go and we lower the casket. And a lot of the times, which is unique to like Anthony in small towns, is that you guys actually get to see the casket go down. And I think that's really symbolic and like a cool thing, you know, because you get to, you know, say your goodbye, and like it's a really emotional, powerful moment. And so I go and we lower it, and it's being lowered, and I can see that it was a young man that got that died. I don't know how. My guess is gang activity. I'm not sure, but the mom is, you know, watching it go down, and then these like 5 or 6 guys rush me like to like get in my face, and they're like, who the fuck told you to put it down? Who the fuck put it back up? And I'm like flustered, right? And I look at the funeral home, and I'm not gonna name the funeral home, but I look at the funeral home, the dude just like looks away, like just lets me deal with the problem. I'm like, bro, you told me to lower it. And I'm like, I was just told to lower it. Like he's like, pick it back up. And then the mom gets in, and she's like, déjalo, like leave him alone. And I'm like, dude, scared for my fucking life. Yeah. Like, and they're like, we're gonna throw your ass in there, like threatening me. I was like, holy shit. And just because I lowered it. And so I was like so scared that like I was 17, bro. So like as soon as like it's lowered, like they kind of pull the gang members away from me, and we pick up the lowering device. Like we got out of there as quickly as we fucking could. And I'm driving down I-10 going back to the shop, and I'm fucking like almost crying. Like I was just got my ass kicked, bro. And that was just so fucking scary. So like after that, every time somebody was like, oh, there's a funeral in Anthony, I was like, if my dad's not going, I'm not going. Like I don't want to get my fucking ass beat over just doing my job. Like it was pretty scary. And I'm not sure why they were so upset about me lowering the casket, but I almost got my ass fucking killed. Damn. And so ever since then, I was like, Anthony's got like a lot of gang activity. But then ever since, I mean, I'm like 31 now, so it was 17. Math.
It's math.
Plus 10 plus years. It's just since gone better.
And I think it's just because, like I said, the Anthony, New Mexico part, it's very low income. It's very cheap housing and stuff like that. So yeah, automatically it drives for that.
For the gang stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, did you guys ever like experience like, you know, getting jumped or anything as kids or not?
No, man. No, there was like in our school, it's a very small school, like 300 plus. There's 300 students around. I don't think we even hit 300. It was like 290 something.
Like the 4-year?
Yeah, the full school.
Oh shit.
My class was 32 students.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So it's really small school, and everybody's pretty tight with each other for the most part. And yeah, there wasn't a lot of gang. So if there ever was like a little cholillo, like he wouldn't
start anything because it was just like very few of you.
But even then, it was like him, 1 or 2 people, but they're affiliated with like bigger like the gangs from New Mexico side or like Down Theo and so forth.
What about Gadsden? Because you went to Gadsden. I'm sure there was more shit over there.
Yeah, they had like the Sureños, like this little thing. I don't know. They probably still exist, like tenors or whatever.
Yeah, the tenors. Yeah.
But I never like. They were always wearing red and typical blue and red.
Blue and red.
You know.
Yeah. The old Crip and blood type shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Well, now
Yeah.
it's blue and red, but it's like Democrats and
Republicans.
Republicans.
That is like super. Yeah, now it's become more of like a gang mentality.
national
with, like, that
gangs.
shit. Honestly, like the election this past week was just like so polarizing. I mean, me and Sonny kind of like don't really have a stance. You know, I think, I don't want to speak for Sonny, but I think both candidates like suck equally.
Yeah.
Just for different reasons.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, I wanted to write in Mickey Mouse like when I voted.
Stupid.
But yeah, but I just thought it was crazy, like seeing how people were reacting. And you know, my mom was like, "Oh no, she's gonna win, and I kind of like, I looked at her, I'm like, yeah,
But she was winning for a good while.
she was never
Oh,
winning.
what? Somebody
People-
told me she was winning.
The media played a big role in this.
At the
shit.
beginning, like a couple weeks before heading up, the polls were showing that she was gonna win by a lot.
Oh, okay. That's probably what I saw then.
And I was always like, dude, if I look like anywhere else, TikTok, Facebook, like there are so many Trump supporters that like, this isn't gonna be as close as they are as a wide win as they think it's gonna be. If anything, there's gonna be a close race. And so when my mom was like so sure, like, no, she's gonna win, I'm like, oh, okay. And then like 8 p.m. me and Eric get home, and Eric's like, let's see who's winning. And I put it like on channel 4 or like some news channel, and it's like he's got like 100 fucking electoral points already. I was like, oh fuck. No, my mom gets home, she's like, how is she doing? And I'm like, don't look at the TV, Mom. You're gonna get scared.
She was watching all the way to the end.
Yeah, she watched well, yeah, because this shit went into like 2 a.m.
Yeah, because I got there like at midnight and she was still watching and she's like, it's not over yet. It's not over yet.
At that point, they're like, it's like
They were
like
close,
your
but they
favorite
weren't that
team.
close.
Like, I don't know if you guys watch football, but you're like, okay, if they score this touchdown, they get an onside kick, and then they get another onside kick and kick a field goal. We can win this. We can win this. And you're just like, bro, come on. There's 2 minutes left on the clock. You're not gonna win. That's how it felt. You know what I mean? But yeah, I went to sleep like at 11:30. I'm like, this shit's over, bro. Because as soon as like Pennsylvania was like turning red, I was like, that's it. Because he just needed like Pennsylvania and like 2 more points. And so I was like, that's it. Fucking game's over.
No, even at the beginning, there's more red states than there's blue states. So I don't understand how we thought that she was gonna win.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's a majority of blue. So I mean red. So I don't know.
My thing was just the next day waking up, I open up my social media and then I see fucking people bitching and crying and
Yeah.
like, if you're a Trump supporter, I'm gonna unfollow you. So
I saw that. That's
was like,
crazy.
what? Why? Like,
Yeah. I think we've kind of forgotten that we're the United States of America and you can have your own opinion.
yeah.
I'm very big on like, I mean, we're podcasters, right? So like you have your voice. Anybody can do this. Anybody can just buy microphones and record themselves and put it online. That's the beauty of the United States. And you can say whatever the fuck you want to a certain extent. And yeah. And so, and people can agree with you or people cannot agree with you. That's the beauty of the United States. Like, look at me. I'm sounding all patriotic. Eric, give me a fucking an eagle soar right now. I just want to scream. That's how I feel, bro. I'm super fucking US. Hit it again.
Oh, he fucked up. He fucked up that one.
But yeah, dude, that's I'm very US proud.
Yeah.
All right.
No.
But I'm not Republican or Democrat. I'm just like, I'm a free thinker. I want to just whoever I think is the best person. I was really wanting RFK to be president, even though his voice is a little weird. But
Well, he's taking over the healthcare or some shit. I saw that.
he's being involved because Trump is gonna hire him to do something. I
Yeah.
don't know what he's gonna do, but
Something about I know it has something to do with like health and I don't know because I saw this meme and that's where I get most of my politics through like
memes.
the internet memes.
TikTok.
Yeah, they show this like the former whoever was in charge of that health department and it's like this fat. I don't know if it was transgender or just a really ugly woman. But, and then they show a picture of him and he's all jacked with the fucking tight ass t-shirt.
Shit,
like,
he's fucking
fuck
like what? He's like in his 60s or 70s, and this dude is like doing pull-ups shirtless. Like, I was like, God damn, this fool's fucking. He's a gilf. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not for me.
Why?
But
Why?
for other people.
What is wrong with you?
Maybe you. I don't know. You want to check him out?
No.
But yeah, speaking of like TikTok and stuff, and you guys are on TikTok, or are you guys like anti TikTok?
No, we're on TikTok. Raleigh handles the TikTok.
But I'm not
Anti-TikTok?
very active on it. I'm horrible at it.
Yeah,
to be honest.
Yeah, we use TikTok, and
I hope you know now it's gonna be banned because you voted for Trump.
I didn't even vote for Trump. Don't tell people that I didn't vote for Trump. Actually, I voted for Harris. If people really want to fucking know, I
you
voted.
voted?
All right, I'm
Yeah,
done.
I did. But you see what I mean? You're pissing off our guests.
I didn't vote.
But I didn't have any faith that she was gonna do a good job. Like, I'll say it. Like, I was like, let's just see. You know what I mean? And so they both suck. But stop getting me on this, bro. Who gives a shit?
I didn't tell you to continue.
She lost. Doesn't matter. I can
Yeah, I
take the
know.
lose.
Everyone cried that day.
You did. I didn't cry. I was just like,
Bro, you cried. Sandy told me.
you guys watch South Park?
I haven't in a while. But
Yeah.
10 years.
There's that episode where it's like they're voting, and it's between a turd and a douche and a turd sandwich. That was this
That's what
election.
it-
That's what this election was, and the douche, or the douche one.
People were even saying like The Simpsons already told you that Trump's gonna win, so I don't know why you guys are surprised.
Why are we even voting at this point if The Simpsons said it?
So here's my take on it, and I didn't vote, by the way. I wanted to vote.
Eric, and is there any way that you can take off the Eagles fucking screen? He didn't vote. No, I'm kidding.
You don't got like a boo or anything like that?
Boo. He's looking. No, yeah. So you.
It's like take your time, dude.
I know, Jesus Christ.
Brother, this guy stinks!
There
There
it
you
is.
go.
There it
God
goes.
damn it, Eric.
So I've never voted. I'm not a very political person, and my thing is
Yeah.
I'm not informed enough. All right, I know what I see online, and that's it.
Yeah.
I don't do research. I don't keep up with it. I've watched the debate with Trump and Biden because they're funny.
Yeah.
Like for comedic purposes, I
Yes.
watch them. But other than that, I don't really keep up with it. So I have no interest in it. I've never registered. I wanted to vote this year, but I realized that the cutoff date was October 7th
Yeah.
for Texas.
Yeah.
And it was already past that. And I was like, oh, fuck. Maybe next time.
I don't have a voice again. We'll try again in another 4 years. And then you get it
Yeah.
again. The last one, you're like, didn't make it again. Damn it. Yeah.
So,
No.
yeah,
I
next
mean,
time.
we're not political either. To be honest with you, we're just
I
talking
didn't
about it. Sonny didn't vote. I voted just because I vote every time, but really, I was just like, this is kind of bullshit. But
It's rigged. So it doesn't matter anyway.
there we
It's
go.
not that it's
bro.
rigged, but it's up to like the Congress or whatever the fuck, the House that actually decide anyway. So
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter who's the president, because the president can have all these plans to do all this shit, but like
it
you
still goes
said,
through them anyway.
the House and the Senate have to vote on it. So, and a lot of people don't even really care who's being voted into the House and the Senate. And I didn't really like Ted Cruz. Like, I'm not a fan. I think like that dude just left to Cancun while we were fucking freezing our asses off, and everybody forgot because he won again. And so, but I mean, the other choice wasn't that good either. It was like a former football player or something like that. See how that should tell you how informed I am. Either I don't even really know.
I don't know.
Back to it. We're on TikTok. I don't know. The new feature that they have is like the TikTok shop. Have you guys tried the TikTok shop yet or no?
So I don't, like I said, I don't have the app it's too much. I already have all the other social media. So I'm like, that's one less thing to do. So I just send Raleigh the clips and then he uploads them. So
yeah, and you don't really use TikTok either.
like he sent me a clip like fucking a week ago. I still haven't even uploaded it.
Ah, jeez.
wow, you're telling me this now, dude?
Honestly, bro, Jonathan is like Louis for Death in the Hoodie, because I do the clips.
Yeah.
And then I asked Eric to like take care of our Instagram, and like Eric would just tell me, "Hey, you have a message from somebody." I'm like, "Fucking answer it, bro. What are you doing?" And then Sunny has access to our Instagram, and then I also think I gave her the password to TikTok, and yeah, it's just me posting, bro. But yeah, I mean, anyway, there's a TikTok shop now, and it's like Amazon, it's like Temu. And now people are making money. I think if you have 1,000 followers, you can start uploading reviews of stuff that you buy off the TikTok shop. And if people click your video to buy it, you get commission. And so, what the fuck was that noise? Why did it just stop?
The air turned off.
The air turned off?
Oh. That was weird.
What was I saying?
TikTok shop.
TikTok shop.
Yeah.
And so it's usually like fucking like a toaster. Or like, hey, there's a fucking there's these new gum that you can buy. And there's fucking like what else? Have you bought stuff off the TikTok shop?
Yeah.
What are they what have you bought in there?
Projectors, clothes,
Yeah. You bought a water flosser, didn't you?
a water flosser.
Yeah. So like literally like
It's
no
just
more than like
it's like
$100.
an Amazon.
Yeah. But now, bro,
No, that projector was $200.
I'm oh shit. Well, I'm now stuck on like industrial restaurant TikTok shop.
Why?
Like the other day they recommended for me to buy an industrial meat slicer. And I'm like,
You
they're
want
like,
it,
look
though.
at this shit. Like, you can slice your meat like you're at Subway at home. And it's this fucking thing that like takes up this whole table, and this dude's just like slicing turkey meat. I'm like, what the
Oh
fuck?
yeah, that I've seen where like they have like you can shred your own cheese. You just put it on top and you just turn it and it'll shred it for you. Instead
Yeah.
of using the cheese grater, it'll just do it for you.
And I'm like, okay. I'm like, oh, what's the TikTok shop? I mean, it's kind of like Temu, if you will, like a Whoosh app. So we
But
go.
it's better quality
I
stuff.
think it's a little bit better. And I go to like click to see how much it is. I was like, if this shit's $100, I'm probably gonna buy it. And fuck no, it was like $1,300.
Yeah, no, they started getting expensive on there. You can buy couches, you can buy furniture. It started getting expensive.
There's
on
a fucking hot dog roller machine that got recommended to me too.
recommended to you.
Yeah, and I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Do they know like what I've always wanted? And then Sandy, my wife, the other day, she showed me there's a popcorn machine, like a 5 foot tall popcorn machine. And you put the kernels in and you turn it like at the fucking movie theaters.
Oh, those are dope, dude.
Those are dope, but I'm looking at it, I was like, $2,500. I'm like, yeah, no, we're not getting a popcorn
You can
machine.
even buy like the industrial like snow cone makers, the one where you put like the block of ice and it spins and it like gets the ice all.
What the fuck, bro?
Yeah.
TikTok shop has gotten way more way more complex. And so yeah, I was just wanting to know if you guys were on TikTok, because like I was like, what the fuck? Am I the only one that's getting like this industrial shit? Because I've asked Sandy about it, I've asked you, and you're like, I don't get
Well, I don't
shit
get
that crazy.
food stuff like
They
that.
just want you to be a salchichero, dude.
Dude, I might do it. Give me a fucking like hot dog roller and then get the meat slicing,
Start
bro.
selling sandwiches. It reminds me, a lot of my family's from Mexico, and my grandpa, he had his own little, tiendita de abarrotes over there, and he had one of those machines. So I loved going because do you guys ever tasted the Mexican bologna?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big ass bologna.
Oh yeah.
So I think Mexican bologna tastes way better than American bologna.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I think a lot of their stuff tastes better than ours.
So
'Cause
good.
ours is like so processed.
Yeah, so I would love going over there because I would get like a bread, like a bolillo, and then I would just slice it up. I would go to his machine and then just start fucking slicing some bologna slices, just throw some cheese and some mayonnaise.
Oh shit.
Fucking good.
Damn, bro. You fucking just
Good.
made me hungry right
And
now.
then like a Mexican Coke.
Oh, dude, those are the best, man. Like, I don't do Coke anymore. I don't do like anything with sugar.
You don't do Coke anymore.
Coca-Cola,
Pause.
god
Oh, okay.
damn.
Oh, now you got it.
Oh, now you're ready, bitch.
Christ.
Good job, dude.
I don't do Coke anymore, or heroin, or PCP. None of that. None of the hard stuff.
Just fentanyl.
Just
Strictly
give
fentanyl now.
Give me the old capital F. That's all I do. No, Coca-Cola, Mexican Coca-Cola. What's so dope? My dad would buy the case full because he would go to Juarez like every week back in the day, and he would buy like a whole case, like a 24 pack of like those Cokes, and he would hide them because
You would drink them.
I would drink the fuck out of them, bro.
They're
like,
so
it was
good,
real
dude.
bad. And it's because they're good. Like they're made with like the pure like sugar cane and
yeah.
shit. So it's like it's way better. And also the tortillas, like the corn tortillas, like you can tell when they're from like
Yeah.
Juarez because they don't. And I guess because we put like what is it the conservative, like the conservatives. The progressives.
Preservatives.
No, the preservatives. Sorry, conservatives. I just thought of like Donald Trump, like saluting the tortillas. No, the preservatives. Yeah, and I guess that's probably why it makes it taste worse. But yeah, I've like stuff from Juarez is probably like a little bit better quality for Mexican food for sure.
So here's another one. Have you ever guys had a Mexican Coke in a plastic bag?
I heard about
shit.
that.
You never-
I heard
you-
about that.
Nah,
They're like, why are we
bro.
giving you to a plastic bag?
Yeah, we're not that hood. No, no.
So okay, so this where my family lived, they lived like in a rancho, right? So there was only like one store.
Yeah.
And what they do sometimes, because like little kids go and they want like a coca for like a peso or whatever,
Yeah.
they would just have like their 3-liter Cokes and they would pour it inside a plastic bag, and then they would put a
shit.
straw at the top, and then you walk around with your bag and just sipping on it.
Oh fuck, that's dope. Well, I when we would go to Juarez, I still go when I'm sick. Go to the doctor, but when we go, they get the salsa in the little bag. I've seen those.
Yeah.
You just kind of like bite the end, and you're like,
Yeah, same thing.
That's
Yeah,
dope.
they would just put a straw at the top, and you're walking around with your little coca and your little sandwich. And,
yeah, they bag it up, weigh it, and then they like, okay.
or when you buy the bottles, you would have to go return them back because
Yeah.
And then
Oh
you
yeah,
get them
my dad
back.
used to
Yeah.
take them back.
Yeah, my dad was big on like, hey, I need, don't
He's
throw
He's
the
like, don't throw
bottles.
that away.
Don't
Let it
yeah.
take them
Yeah,
back.
so you gotta
Because they would
return them.
refill them.
Yeah, they refill them and they give you like some type of credit for returning them
Yeah.
or some shit like that. So I was like, okay, cool.
Because he said that like if you would take them back and return them, they would give them to you at half off.
Or yeah, they like depending on what store you bought them at, like they would do like some type of deal or some shit. And I was
fucking
like, oh.
eco-friendly, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we need to start doing shit here. But as far as like the I was gonna mention here that so you guys spent a lot of fucking time in Mexico growing up, or
I have family, but I still go from time to time. It's been a while. Well, it's been like a year. Oh no, I went early, like in February.
You went
Yeah.
twice this year, bro.
Hmm?
You went twice this year. No?
Well, yeah, because I went for my grandpa passed away from my dad.
Okay.
So I went for the funeral, and that was But yeah, we used to go more when I was little.
and you
Okay.
Raleigh?
I haven't been to. Fuck. I went to Puerto Peñasco like in 2020, and before that, I hadn't been to Juarez in over 10 years, man.
That shit. Yeah.
But I remember going down to the rancho where my family's from
Oh, okay.
years
Yeah.
ago, but I haven't been over there in years.
Dude, honestly, like we're a little bit ashamed to admit it, but we're like no sabo kids.
Yeah?
Like, straight up.
Yeah.
Like I learned Spanish after high school. Like that's to tell you. Like I didn't even really have the need to learn Spanish until I started working at a cell phone place. I was selling cell phones for Verizon, and you work off commission. And so like whenever like there was somebody speaking Spanish, I was like, oh, no speaky. I would like ask somebody, can you? And then I would lose the commission. And I just got tired of doing that shit. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. Like I'm gonna learn. So now I speak Spanish fluent enough to party, you know.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, these two are kind of, I'm their translator. That's just, it was just kind of like how we were raised. I think it was more so because my dad always mentions this, but when he went to school here in El Paso, they didn't let them speak Spanish. And he said, I remember struggling so hard learning English, and you would get into very big trouble if you spoke Spanish in the classroom.
Mm-hmm.
And so they for sure didn't want us to learn Spanish first. They wanted us to learn English first. And they said, and then Spanish, you'll pick it up later. And we never picked it up until until I absolutely had to. But yeah, it was just like more so because he was so worried that we were gonna get like in trouble. And so I guess that because of their trauma growing up. And so that's why they made us learn English first and speak English. And then we would just like talk to our grandmas like in broken Spanish.
That's how my nephews are. My nephews are no sabo kids, but I don't know what I learned first, Spanish or English. I just kind of grew up with both, I
Both?
guess. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So my parents, they would speak only Spanish to me, and then I'm the youngest, so my older siblings, they would talk to me in English or both. In school, I learned, but when I was little, I would Spanglish a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now more so that I'm speaking both, I do catch myself doing Spanglish, and then my mom will look at me like, "Dude, pick one, pick one," because that's weird.
It's hard, man. Even
Yeah.
for me, that I feel that I'm very fluent. Whenever I go to Mexico, I'm not that fluent. You know, I'm like El Paso fluent,
Yeah.
but I go over there and
It's
like,
different.
It's different, yeah. Because even the culture here, we use a lot of Spanglish.
Yeah. Oh yeah, big time. The only thing is that's kind of tough is that like working here in the workplace, you have to know Spanish. But if you go to Mexico, if you go to Juarez, like they don't know English. You know, not a lot of them do. except for like some of the doctors.
Yeah.
But you have to know Spanish in Juarez, and like I was like, man, you should like do the same thing we do. Like we learn both. You guys should learn both, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's tough. Like, so that's a lot of the reason why it was like, oh, so Sonny's like barely like starting to learn.
Just
Eric-
because of my students. Because
Yeah.
I have to be able to talk to like my little students that are just like mostly Spanish. They don't speak any English. Then I have to learn for them.
You're a teacher?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a coach. Yeah, but it's hard to like. It's hard because these little kids like you can't understand them as it is because they're tiny, they're little, and it's hard to hear them.
Yeah, then they mispronounce stuff as kids.
Yeah,
you know,
and I'm
so-
like, oh no. I'm like, go tell coach.
Go tell the other coach that's more Mexican, even though your last name's Zamorano. Just like
I
super.
know they have English last name Baird and Bravo, and I'm like, oh, sorry. See, well, they watch actually. They watch.
Oh, okay, yeah. Shout out to you
Shout out
guys.
to them. But yeah,
Yeah,
sometimes I
dude.
can't understand them.
And you're fluent in both. You're bilingual.
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't speak Spanish all that often, except to family and like patients and stuff. But other than that, like I rarely speak it.
Patience. What do you do for work?
I work in the medical field.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm
nice.
a surgical tech.
Oh, cool. That's awesome. I John, I never asked you. Do you announce what you do for work or no?
Yeah. Everybody knows. I do retail, so I'm a manager at Adidas here at the outlet.
cool.
Dope.
And
bro.
I speak Spanish all day.
Yeah.
There. Yeah.
I have
Yeah,
to.
we might have to exchange numbers. I'm gonna get some.
Yeah.
You gotta hook it up.
Yeah, for sure,
Do a
dude.
little
They have a
family
teacher
discount.
discount.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he'd just be like, "Oh, you want those shoes? They're on back order for
Yeah.
6 months."
Sorry.
He's gonna come hit me up in March. Got you.
But you know what? It depends on the shoes because they are some that are back ordered. Yeah.
Yeah. You know the Adidas that I really wanted? Adidas was doing this thing with
Corn.
corn too. I do like corn.
Okay.
But South
He
Park.
said corn, not porn.
No.
Okay. He likes corn.
Now he said it.
Yeah.
You just got us taken down off YouTube.
Oh, shit.
Sorry. Not fucking with you. Eric, where are you with the censor button, dog? Look at him. He's just. Oh, thanks. Appreciate it. Ready? Here we go. I didn't even say anything.
He was slow. He was slow. You would have said it still.
Yeah, but the South Park, they had a
Eric,
South
what
Park
the fuck?
collab,
Yeah.
and the Cartman ones were so dope.
Mm-hmm.
And but I never got a chance to buy them, and I think they already like discontinued.
Yeah, for drops like that, dude, you gotta
gotta be on that.
On it. And people always call us like, "Oh, do you have this or that?" I'm like, "Dude, we're a fucking outlet. We get this shit later on if we get it."
If they stay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sonny's more of a sneakerhead, and Eric are more of like sneakerheads than I am. I wear like Converse. I think like the only like nice shoes I have are like the Jordan 11s, the ones from the Space Jam ones.
Yeah.
But that was just because I like Space Jam. Like I'm not even really that big of a
They're
sneaker
dirty.
guy.
Me either. You know what? I'm very low maintenance. Like I don't really care.
Yeah.
I get shoes free now, so I wear whatever I get at work.
Oh, that's so dope. You guys hiring?
Yeah, actually, yeah. Seasonal. So seasonal. Yeah.
Seasonal? Okay, well I can work on Saturday. That's it.
Okay, yeah. Hired.
Oh shit, bro. I'm gonna be back there fucking slanging Adidas stuff.
Slanging Adidas stuff.
Yeah, that's me.
So are you are you stripes or checks?
Oh no.
On the spot.
Do it,
I will
bro.
walk out.
She's gonna
I will walk.
you're gonna offend him. I already know her answer too.
What's my answer?
You're a Nike, bro. You're checks.
Yeah.
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 I mean, no, I had
nice talking to you guys.
Adidas first. I had Adidas first because I think they're more comfortable
Yes.
than Nikes, but I have more Nikes than I do have Adidas.
I'm gonna tell you, I don't have either, but I'm more stripes.
Yeah.
I'm more stripes because of corn, because of like Run DMC, like the 90s was like Adidas.
Yeah.
Big time.
They're coming back with a lot of those styles.
And they're coming back.
Yeah.
But then it changed to Nike like once like
Jordan came.
Jordan came, well Jordan came along, but it was really more so of like people started doing like the old school, like the throwback stuff. Like Nike is really taking over because of that. And then Nike really took over because they did all the sports, like all the, like the college
Yeah.
football and then they had and the NFL for a while. So it's like, yeah. But I am more like the style of the Adidas, like the low rise
Yeah. Sambas are really popular.
what are
right
the
now.
Sambas? Yeah. Yeah. I saw this story, like a little bit of history on the Adidas Nike rivalry, but apparently Adidas found out about the Nike Cortez were coming out, and they came out because Adidas was coming out with like a Native American style. They were called the Aztecs or something, and so Nike, to like one up them, picked the Conquistador, the one that conquered the Aztecs.
Oh shit!
Then that's why they're named the Cortez, because they were like at the same time they're like, okay, you want a Native American, we'll do the ones that conquered you. And I was like, holy shit, that's pretty fucking. Apparently, like they're both like out of like Seattle, and they have like this big rivalry.
Well, so Adidas is a German company. They started off in Germany, and the crazy thing,
It's created by Nazi.
yeah, dude. Okay, so we'll circle back to that because I got a conspiracy, but it was two brothers, and they ended up splitting. So one of them stayed with Adidas. One of them founded Puma.
Oh yeah.
So Puma, they're all kind of they're all from the same family that they initiated.
Shit,
Yeah,
that's crazy. And so, what was your conspiracy about the Nazi
so
thing?
if you ever go to, hopefully I don't get fired. If you ever go to our store, take a look at the fixtures where they hang the apparel. I don't know if you can pull up. I'll see if I can send you a picture of it.
Send me a picture. I might pull it up.
If you look at the fixtures from like a
They're all fucking
top
doing the
perspective,
tile.
there's swastikas.
What?
Is that just your store or like all Adidas
like
stores?
all of the Adidas stores.
Holy shit!
Oh, damn.
If you look at the fixtures from the top, because it's like a face out, like an arm that's facing out this way, and then it turns to the left, and it's four of them.
And they're like
and if you
this.
look at them from the top, they're swastikas, dude. Coincidence? I don't know.
Oh,
Damn, that's crazy.
You,
Am I getting fired?
you
I
heard
don't
it
know.
here first. We'll update you next week if Jonathan still has his
You
job.
saw that while working, or did you see that online?
I noticed it when I first started working there, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And then so we have like floor plan, like maps, because we have like all the fixtures, and when you look at the maps, like you clearly see swastikas on there.
Whoa!
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the subliminal messages, like when they used to put like dildos on fucking Little Mermaid's cover. Did you ever notice that?
What? No.
So
In the
Little
castle?
Mermaid, yes,
Yeah.
the Little Mermaid like DVD or VHS cover, she's in front of like the castle, and the castle's made out of gold. If you look like on one of the parts of the castle, there's a there's a penis. There's a penis on the fucking castle, and it's weird.
I'm gonna look it up.
So there's a lot of I grew up very religious, and I remember they wouldn't let us watch a lot of these movies because they would say there's a lot of subliminal messages and this and that.
Yeah.
I remember I had an old VHS movie of a cartoon of Bugs Bunny, and somehow I don't remember how we found out, but if you freeze frame in a certain spot in the cartoon, you can see Bugs Bunny had a little
Like his
bush.
little
Yeah.
bush.
Yeah,
You
it
can
was
see
just
his-
like a little bush. Like
Oh,
somehow he had a
what the
bush.
fuck?
And there was just a lot of shit like that. There was another one with Lion King where
She just saw the dick.
you
Look
saw
at
it.
Right there?
Oh, I see a lot.
I know I saw a lot of them, but what? It's right there in the middle. See right there?
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
wanna
there it
see
is.
more.
What
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
fuck?
bro.
And there's a lot.
Yeah.
So there's another one that
Is
says
that why it's your favorite movie?
You know what?
gross-ass
This
bitch?
this old cover is worth $10,000 because it's a
Like a limited
like
edition.
it's out of print, controversial cover, rare first label one. It's right there in the middle.
the golden dildo cover.
Yeah, I
That's
told you they showed
crazy.
it to I saw it in some YouTube
I don't know if you can put that.
deep dive. I'm
Maybe
not going to.
Maybe not.
I always say that I'm gonna put up photos of stuff and I fucking forget. Like what last week I was saying about putting up the banner because we sponsored Dia de los Muertos at Concordia.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You didn't put the banner up.
I didn't put the
You're
fucking
a dumbass
banner up,
bitch.
bro. And I was like, the banner's here. And it was like one of my boys, Philbert, that was on the show. He recorded and he's like, "You forgot the banner, bro." I was like, "God damn it!" And I didn't want to take it down and then put it back. I was like, fuck it."
How was that event?
Dude, it was awesome.
Yeah?
It's awesome. We do it every year, and it's always a good time. Like we get like live concert, like live
Why?
acts, like mariachis, band member. Like we try to like make a variety. So it's not just like one genre of music. And then we have the guys they're from Anthony, actually, Danza Azteca.
Okay.
Or Anthony area.
Like the matachines?
They're like matachines,
Yeah.
but they're more of like they put like a show, like fire dancing, and they dance with fire, and they have like these really wild, like $5,000 outfits, bro. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
And so we had them to close the show every year, and it's like they always come up with a new routine, and they say that they always premiere their new routine with us. So it's like really cool. It's like really awesome. But yeah, that event is always real cool. Maybe next year, if you guys want to go, we can get you tickets. But for sure, we do a lot of stuff at Concordia Cemetery, bro. Because Concordia, my dad has the books to Concordia, like to all the like the death, the records, and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been there since he was like 15, 16. So he knows a lot. And we're kind of like, whenever something needs to be done at Concordia, they call my dad. And so that's why we kind of stick around there, but we love it. And actually, at the end of this month, we're doing a ghost tour, like a lock-in investigation, where me and Eric, sometimes Sonny, will go, but it's mostly me and Eric, because Sonny's too good for us. But we go and we lock you guys in from like 9 p.m. to like almost midnight, and you guys get to go to like all the hot spots and look for ghosts and stuff like that. And then I tell stories along the way of like things that we've experienced when we were young and stuff.
So what's the craziest shit you guys have experienced?
Well, actually on one of those ghost investigations, like a little baby hand touched Sonny's leg.
Yeah, I had like a little dirt handprint on my leg.
And it was coming from the upward position, and it was a baby's hand. It was like this big. Like it wasn't a normal hand. It was like a baby touched her hand.
Whoa.
Yeah, and there was no children on the tour, so we were like, "What the hell?" And she's like, "I felt something push me," and I was like, "Yeah, baby."
Because I was on the floor, like I was squatting, and then we were looking at something, and then I got up, and it felt like something had like pushed my leg, and I was like, "What the heck?" And then we all looked down, and we saw the little hand, and I was like, and we were right by a crib.
Yeah.
And so we're like,
we were in a baby
shoot.
section.
Whoa.
Yeah. So we get some crazy stuff happening, and it's fun, bro. It's a really good time, and it's a fundraiser. Like all of that money goes back into like keeping making America great again.
Jesus Christ! You just said it
Making
again.
Concordia great again. Oh. No, we try to like upkeep.
There you go.
God damn it!
Oh yeah, bro. Yeah, we beautify the cemetery. We raise.
See, but at least
funds
we're
for
telling the
stuff like
truth,
that.
you know.
Oh.
At least we're gonna do something about it.
Damn, bro. Shit.
Just kidding. I'll give that to Trump though. He did what he said, even though if it wasn't great.
Dude, look at you. Damn. Take a side already.
No.
Okay. But yeah, bro. So if you guys are interested in doing that, we'll get you guys tickets to go do that. It's fun, bro. And you guys can go and film it, whatever you want to do.
So we wanted to do something for Halloween. We wanted to do like a prank. Because it started off with one of our episodes with one of our guests, Stephanie from the Cactus Flower Bookery. She was telling the story of La Llorona. And there's a lot of sightings in the Anthony area of La Llorona. So we wanted to do a prank where we wanted to get one of our friends and then have somebody dress up as La Llorona and then take him out there and then scare the shit out of him.
Holy shit, dude. That would be crazy. If you put him in the old cemetery, the one that's on 4th Street, but like more this way.
Yeah.
So and we never got around to it, but we were thinking like it would have been cool to do something for Halloween. But just scheduling wise, it's hard.
Yeah. No, yeah, I get it. We same with us. Like try to schedule these events or like even these podcasts are like tough. But yeah, man. But if you ever want to do anything Halloween stuff related, like let us know. We can try to do stuff at least at Concordia. I can try to get permission. So yeah, but I'm the youngest board member of Concordia Heritage Association.
You love saying that,
dude. Hey. It's an honor, bro. I worked hard to get on that board. Sunny didn't want to be on it. They were like asking, "Do you want to be on the board?" She's like, "No, I don't want to do it."
What does that consist of for you, or what?
just being there.
I got a meeting once a month. No, bro. We decide like projects we want to do to raise money for the cemetery. Like any decisions that need to be made as far as like events or what we want to do with the money that we raise, how we want to, use it. We want to like upkeep like the concrete walls, come up with ideas. Like right now, we're helping build a new, it's called a Chinese pagoda. So there's a Chinese cemetery in Concordia, and they're doing like a middle. It's like pretty much like a little pagoda. I don't know why I'm trying to, but it's like it's being built, and then we're helping with that project right now, and stuff like that. And we upkeep with like the weeds that are growing. Like we'll get people out there to cut the weeds and do like landscaping and stuff.
Oh, pretty dope.
Whenever it floods, like we got to bring in dirt and fix the sunken graves and stuff like that.
Do you ever have like whenever flooding happens, like graves pop out or anything like that?
Not pop out, but they sink. They sink. That's actually a crazy story. I remember last year or 2 years ago, Anthony flooded. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were out there for like 2 weeks fixing all the sunken graves.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, Linda from the Anthony community hired us to fix all the sunken graves, and
they redid. Oh, they did like landscaping now. They put like rock now.
Yeah, it's screening instead of the grass because the grass was it was hard to keep up, and they said that it was actually getting like really, really expensive, and then like it wasn't even as green as they wanted it to be.
It was all toritos. And
Yeah. So I think actually it looks a lot nicer now.
Yeah.
It looks more uniform. But yeah, we do a lot of that stuff, bro. So
Cool.
Okay, how much time do we have, Eric? 56 minutes. All right, cool.
You were 3 minutes off.
No, dude, I was 10 minutes off.
Jesus.
I
Christ.
fucking while you were talking, I remembered that I didn't set the timer
How long do you guys usually record for?
for an hour.
An hour?
For an hour. I didn't even mention that to you, but yeah, we talk for an hour. Is there anything? I know I asked you guys this, but is there anything that you want to mention, shout out, talk about?
I guess we can plug the light show that's happening at Win and Wild.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing. When will this come out?
Today,
Today? Wow, same day.
dude.
Damn.
I go home and I get to it.
Yeah.
Me and Eric are just like
Okay. Well,
He's like, no.
tonight.
it'll probably be. We're gonna shoot a pod talking about that Christmas light that's happening at Wet and Wild. So we'll do that soon. But other than that, we don't really got anything else. Just our channel. You can follow us on YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, all that stuff. Release episodes every Monday.
Every Monday.
Every Monday. Yeah.
Have you guys? I didn't really ask you much, about that. But how long ago? When did you guys first start the podcast?
So we're about to hit a year. Yeah, I started it in January. I was looking at that actually today. January 15th was the first episode released. So around this time last year is when I started thinking about the podcast.
Spending a lot of money.
Yeah. I kind of started small. I just bought. It was okay. So rewind. I didn't know shit about editing or podcasts or none of it.
Same.
Like this is all new. But I've always wanted to do one, and I had a bunch of downtime, and I was like, "Fuck it! Like let's look into it." So I started doing research, found some equipment. Then I'm like, "Okay, I'll start off with this." I bought my camera, I brought a laptop, and then I bought my little pod track to record,
Oh yeah.
and that's what we started off with.
Nice.
And
nice.
yeah, little by little, we just kind of started investing more, and yeah, we'll be hitting a year soon.
Okay, crazy. Yeah, we're about 9 months, 10 months.
Yeah.
10 months out. About that. No, actually less. We started in
8 months.
April, May,
No, March.
March. Okay, yeah. So not much.
I don't know.
Not much after you. We started.
Yeah, and it's cool, man, because I've seen, and I was talking to Jimmy Dukes Gaming. Shout out Jimmy. He's gonna be our next guest.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
That episode will be out tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was telling him that I've recently started seeing that there's a resurgence, like a lot of creators have been popping out in the area, and I don't know if it was because now I'm like actually aware of it and I'm paying attention to people, but it's pretty cool, dude. Like I like seeing people come up with their own stuff. It gives me ideas. gets me inspired. It motivates me.
Yeah.
It keeps me competitive because I see somebody do something. I'm like, oh, that's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I wanna do more.
We're big on that too. Like me and Sonny are constantly like explaining like to people because they're like, oh, have you seen that podcast? Have you seen that podcast? Like, aren't you guys worried? Like, and I'm like, for what? Like what you guys do is completely different than what we do.
Yeah.
What the Takeover show does is completely different than what both of us do. You know, and so all of these guys that are doing their own thing, it's fine. Like it's fine with me because you can. There's enough to go around. You know what I'm trying to say? And honestly, we're different flavors, if you will. You know. So, but yeah, I'm not very. I'm not really like. I'm competitive because I like the one thing that I did ask you right before we started was like about your camera quality. Because if you guys, shout out to the A-Town Talk, but if you go check out their podcast, their quality is like really good. Like you can actually like the fucking camera shots, the angles that they use, it's like awesome. And so I was like, man, they're like really good at that. So I that type of stuff is what I'm competitive about. I'm like, oh, dude, like they're, doing this, like that's cool, like we should try that or we should do that. And then there's like other things that I'm like, oh, that wouldn't work for us, so but I'm not very it's like a friendly competitiveness where it's not like dude, like I would never ask these dudes to not be on or so but yeah, I wanted to thank you guys for making the trip and doing this and appreciate you guys for doing this. I mean, you didn't have to, you could have just been like, nah, we're good, but it's good that you guys said because it means a lot, dude. It's like us starting off, exactly what we go through trying to get guests on, and it's really cool to collaborate with somebody that's in the same grind, if you will.
Yeah, and that was one thing I always told myself, like I respect the grind on everybody because I know how hard it is and what it takes to do this. So anybody that is doing this, like I automatically, you get my respect, and I'm always down to collaborate with anybody.
Yeah,
we've been fortunate enough where we have a pretty good following now. It's grown a lot.
Yeah.
But like I always try to gotta stay humble. I don't think that we're better than anybody or anything like that. Like we're just putting in a lot of work. So
yeah,
that's when you guys reached out, I was like, yeah, hell yeah. And then we'll have you guys on too.
Yeah.
We got to work out the scheduling because scheduling is crazy for us. But yeah, we'll definitely have you guys on.
Yeah,
our
let
show.
us know.
Definitely.
Let us know who will come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Because we're all about doing. We just recently did the Takeover shows.
Yeah, well, you guys are cool.
So we'll be on their podcast. I think next week. It'll come out next week. But yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Sorry. I have this idea, and we can talk about it off camera, but I've had this idea that I've been wanting to do for a while. And it involves a lot of creators. So I'm glad I got to meet you guys because this is kind of like checking off a list of things for this idea. I don't want to say too much, but
okay, yeah, dude. Honestly, for anything, like we're in. We're in. Anything to like, promote our name, promote your guys, like just like do stuff, we're in. Yeah. So even if I'm not gonna get naked. That's number one.
Shit, never mind. Sorry.
I guess I'll be behind camera on this one.
Just trying to recreate Diddy parties.
Misa and Chewy for sure is down for that.
Oh yeah.
Just bring a torta.
Fucking dude, it's so funny, bro. With them, it was crazy. I felt really bad, a little bit behind the scenes on them, but we recorded one day, and I don't know if you noticed, but you guys, we follow each other. But I posted that we were there recording. We had to go back 2 days later to re-record because everything that could go bad with recording the podcast went bad that day. And so it was like, shit, like they didn't record the first time. So we started all over, and then the roadcaster got disconnected as we were recording, and we were almost done.
God damn it, Eric.
It wasn't even Eric. No, it was with them, like at their studio.
Oh.
Yeah. So we're like,
Chewy.
fuck.
Fucking Chewy. Was he trying to dab you up and then he like...
He did that on ours. He dabbed us up and like it knocked the mic down. But dude, but it felt like it was like almost like us giving that vibe because Chewy's phone went off because he sells candies like on the side and shit.
Yeah. And his phone kept dinging.
His phone, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? And it's like, oh, Chewy's like, damn, somebody wants candies. And I'm like, oh fuck. And then Misa was like, come on, Chewy. Well, while we were recording, Sunny Marie's fucking alarm went off.
Oh yeah, but I was like, ah, fuck.
She's
And it
like-
was like stuck on there, so I couldn't turn it off.
And it was an alarm to wake up.
It was 9:45.
9:45 p.m. And I'm like, wake up. She's like, yeah, if I take a nap too long, then I'll just sleep the whole day. And I want to wake up and experience like the night before I go to bed. I'm like, that is the stupidest fucking alarm. Yeah. This is the stupidest fucking alarm. And then you also just.
And then I
interrupted.
also miss the alarm. I never wake up to that alarm ever. If I fall asleep, that alarm does not wake me up anyway. So it's just on for no reason.
Christ, bro. But yeah, man, it was a good time. And so yeah, if you whatever you big collabs you want to do, yeah, keep us involved, man. We really appreciate you taking us into consideration and considering us to be part of, you know, whatever you guys are gonna do. But yeah, when we're coming to an end, again, thank you guys for coming on. Go check out A-Town Talk on YouTube, Spotify. They do clips on Instagram, and sometimes TikTok. Raleigh will do TikTok. Sometimes, okay. But yeah, I really appreciate it. And then also make sure you like and subscribe to this one. Thank you guys for getting to the end. If you guys got Thank you.
We gotta work on that. You interrupted.
Oh yeah.
Stop with me off.
If you guys got to the end of this podcast, put a skull emoji in the comments. So that way we let A-Town Talk know that you listen to all of the whole podcast. Thank you guys, and we will see you next week. Love you.
Thank you.